the MSLA Moustache 100 with 394 marbles on the track. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, 394 marbles all rocketing off of the start line as they go for the initial scramble down into the first turn of the first lap. And ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a long haul, but shorter than the general MSLA event format. So we will see how our marbles are able to tackle the slightly faster, but not too fast 100 lap system of the Moustache 100. Looks like Carlos Yaz is going to try to take a good position outside in the outside line. Looks like Squidstorm going right down the middle with Puma Cat Run coming up on the in-hand side with a very good line coming out of that second turn as they complete the first lap. It looks like Puma Cat Run 2 is going to be the first one through into the outside line as they go through with a very comfortable 50 to 60 marble-like lead across the line to start the second lap. Saki Cat coming around in second place with White Bros trying to get through as well in second place with Carlos Yaz. Not done yet. Still holding fourth right now as they go to the first turn of the second lap. Mr. 300, Mr. Swoop and Soul. And it looks like a couple of marbles still trying to get through with that initial scramble as they go around into that line. White Bros overtakes Puma Cat Run. It looks like Puma Cat Run's going to have a little bit of trouble holding first place as they go to the inside line. White Bros going to try to draft behind. Carlos Yaz goes out of the inside side as well. Looks like MCR trying to get through as well. It's going to be Katie Zeeks. It's going to be Hung. Oh, it's Hung. I remember Hung. that was from Baxcast. Anyway, we're going to have Hung trying to take the lead as they go to the right-hand side. Puma Cat Run trying to hold the middle line. It's going to be Carlos Yaz trying to go to the inside line. Lorenzo Ultimate trying to get through on the inside line as well. Audio Visual code up through the back. Spivity making a move up to the middle line as well. Looks like Low Grade coming out in that straight line through on the third turn. It looks like it's going to be Low Grade holding third place for now as they go into the backstretch here of the next lap. It's going to be Puma Cat Run out in front by a very commanding lead now, getting a good 120 marble-length lead as they go to the outside of the second turn of the third lap. It's going to be White Bros holding second place. Low Grade trying to get through there. Looks like Carly's Blood Moon and Ultra Gold all trying to make something happen in that second place position, but Puma Cat Run with a commanding lead right now goes to the outside line as they cross the line to get into the fourth lap, and Puma Cat Run off to a great start. They're getting an almost quarter lap lead right now ahead of the competition, and Puma Cat Run just cannot be caught at the moment. But will they burn themselves out too much here in the beginning, or will they continue to push through on their advantage? It's going to be Ultra Gold trying to close the gap with a good line in that turn in the fourth lap as they go through with Super K 12 or 16 trying not to be too far behind. Lorenzo the Ultimate moving around in fourth place. Smibity still trying to hold that lead, but here comes Kenon up through the pack with Friend of Monkeys Pumpy, and it looks like it's going to be a couple other marbles making through. Shutter out of finish trying to get through as well. Who is that on the bottom line? Is that Ad Inc. or is that, I don't know who that is, but we're going to see who it is in just a moment. Hopefully we'll get some confirmation in the chat. It's Puma Cat Run still holding lead, but look at Super K 16 making a good move here as they go to the fifth lap. Low Grade holding the third place is going to be Ultra Gold, Lorenzo the Ultimate Pumpy, and White Bros all trying to make something happen as they go into the fifth lap now. Puma Cat Run still defending that very good lead as they go around these turns with flawless execution after flawless execution. It's going to be Super K16 trying to hold a good line with Lorenzo the Ultimate and Ultra Gold still trying to make something happen in that second place position. Sports Hawk now making a move as they come up through the pack. Good line here as they go to the inside line going through the second turn of the fifth lap. Sports Hawk tries to get through with a pretty good line, but jumps over the back of Ultra Gold. Ultra Gold takes the boost forward, but Super Hawk is not done yet. Sports Hawk and Ultra Gold giving a little bit of a shuffle here as they go into the sixth lap now, but Ultra Gold with a huge boost of speed coming off of that collision with Sports Hawk is going to take that comfortable second place position. I don't even know where Puma Cat Run is anymore. And the rest of them trying to hold thirds. The other marbles still come around into that first turn of the sixth lap. Puma Cat Run is starting to lose their lead as Ultra Gold makes a move on the outside line. Puma Cat Run back to the inside line. That's been their favored line so far for these turns. But it looks like they're starting to mix it up now as they go to the outside line. But it looks like Ultra Gold is going to get to the inside. And this could be Puma Cat Run's undoing. Puma Cat Run trying to finish out the sixth lap in first place, but Ultra Gold is just not letting up. Good boost to the outside line. Puma Cat Run cuts to the middle. Ultra Gold holding up to the line as well. Looks like Crazy Cat Car and Oh My Gross trying to make something happen in third place. Lorenzo, but still in the mix with Ken One up. And it looks like Jeffy is also trying to make a move as well. So Jeffy's Dios trying to make something happen as they work around in that first turn of the seventh lap. And it looks like Puma Cat Run lead is down to only about 30-40 marble lengths as they go through into the backstretch. As J Ultra Gold trying to put the pressure on Puma Cat Run in second place. They're still closing the gap down to about 20 marble lengths. J Ultra Gold giving chase to Puma Cat Run 2 as they go to the second turn of the seventh lap. And it looks like Puma Cat Run's high on the outside. J Ultra Gold matching them pace for pace. And here comes Jeffy's Dios trying to make something happen on the right hand side. There's something going on weird with those trails as they go through that turn. I don't know what's going on. There's some magical distortion in time and reality on that back turn, and we'll have to keep our eyes on that as the race continues. But it looks like Puma Cat Run's got themselves back under control as they go to the eighth lap into the first turn with another good boost in the lead, and they've got their lead back up to about 70 to 80 marble lengths. J Ultra Gold trying to hold second place, but now it looks like Jeffy's Dios is trying to make something happen as they go to the inside line. Cubiac coming around in fourth place. Runs the open in fifth place. Flop Nothing trying to get in with the mix as well. But here comes Caddywagon making a move on the in-hand side with Flop Nothing still trying to hold a good position ahead of Ken One up. Low grade 12. He's got Cara and Carlos Yaz still in that mix as well. Puma Cat Run still holding good lead, but it looks like Jeffy Dios is trying to make something happen as they go into the ninth lap. It's going to be Puma Cat Run to the inside line. Jeffy Dios coming around in second place. J Ultra Gold trying to get through in third. Cardywagon trying to make a move in fourth place now as they go into the first turn of the ninth lap. And it looks like it's going to be Cubiac and the Ultimate trying to make something happen as well. Here comes Ken One up, and it looks like it's going to be Flop Nothing and the Dragoon trying to make something happen on that outside line. Puma Cat Run cuts the inside. Jeffy Dios making a move, and for the first time in the first 10 laps, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, Jeffy Steels has taken the lead, and Pumacat runs in trouble. Quebec moves into second place. Jeffy Steels holding second for now. Here comes Carlos Yaz coming around in third. Pumacat runs completely faltered. I think they went a little too hard. They finally got gassed. They've run out of steam, and they're falling back into the middle of the pack, and now it's going to be a free-for-all for first place as they go into the 10th lap here. In we hit the first 10th position of the lap of the overall competition. Jeffy Steels makes a move to the outside line. Carlos Yaz trying to hold second. The other marbles coming on trot as they try to get through that first turn. Lorenzo Ultimate not giving up yet. Nighthawk still trying to move into the middle of the pack, and a good boost from Lorenzo Ultimate. They went off the outside lines, and Carlos Yaz can't keep the pace. Nighthawk makes a move to the center line. Jeffy Steels moving back into fourth place now as they hold the middle as well. Low grade right behind in fifth place. Key back in sixth place, but it looks like it's going to be Lorenzo Ultimate making a move on that second turn of the 10th lap. And ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a free-for-all here as we go into the second 10th of the competition. Carlos Yaz gives a little boost off of Nighthawks. Nighthawks going to take the lead now as they go into the outside line, trying to get ahead of Lorenzo the Ultimate. Lorenzo Ultimate starts to fall back into the middle of the pack with Jeffy Steels trying to make something happen on the inside line. Here comes Carlos Yaz high on the outside. Low grade making a move around as well. And the five are going to be scrambling for second place as they go into the archway into the 11th lap. Nighthawks coming around in the inside line in first place. Jeffy Steels making a move in second. Carlos Yaz in third. Lorenzo Ultimate fourth place. And low grade in fifth place with Flop Nothing and Ken One Up still trying to make a move on the inside line. Here comes Ken One Up behind Up Nothing, both looking for a good line as they go around the turn, and that could work to their advantage, but it looks like Ken One Up falters on the dismount there and can't quite keep up the pace as they go into the 12th lap now. And it looks like it's going to be Carlos Yaz back out in front as they cross the line into the 12th lap. Nighthawks coming around in second place. Looks like Lorenzo Ultimate in third. Ken Up, Jeff Diaz, and Low Grade all trying to make something happen. That's commentary starting to catch up with me. Or, oh no, Swadino is faltering back in the line here. Swadino, who's about a quarter of a lap behind the rest of the pack, is now only less than a quarter of a lap ahead of Carlos Yaz. And Carlos Yaz, you're going to be the first one to lap another marble here in the Moustache 100. And Carlos Yaz, after just 12 laps, is looking to lap another marble. Carlos Yaz putting an unprecedented amount of speed here as they go across the line into the 13th lap. Nighthawk's going to be right behind in second place. Jeffy Steels trying to hold third. It's going to be Geometry Gold, Flop Nothing, Lorenzo Ultimate, Lost of Virginia, Ken One Up, Kubiak, Shadow Under Fizz, Captain Cats, Professor Shy Guy, and Low Grade all trying to make something happen as they go into the 13th lap now. Carlos Yaz still putting the pressure on Swadino. Swadino just not able to get going. I don't know what's going on with Swadino. Let's take a closer look at Swadino here to try to see what exactly is going on with Swadino right now. It looks like Swadino is completely frozen over. That is a very unfortunate turn of events. Swadino forgot to induce their vehicle with a high amount of antifreeze, and it looks like the sub-zero temperatures that have been gripping the nation have finally caught up with Swadino, and Swadino is just completely frozen, even though I think they're actually from Sweden, which is probably even colder than America is right now, and Swadino is just completely frozen over. The gears barely turning, everything grinding, and Swadino just cannot get any speed out of that frozen vehicle, and that could be their undoing here tonight. So Carlos, yes, holding first place as they go into the inside line. Nighthawk's trying to get through in second place, but no, Jeffy Steels making a move on the inside with Carlos Yaz trying to hold first right now, but Jeffy Steels is not done yet. Making it into that second turn of the 14th lap as they come around to the 15th lap. Jeffy Steels overtakes Nighthawk. Lost of Virginia, making a move on the right hand side. Little bit, trying to make something happen on the outside as well. Ken One Up, Flop Nothing, Low Grade 12, Shadow Under Fizz, Ultra Gold, Captain Cats, and the Dragon, all trying to make something happen in the top 10 positions as they go into the 15th lap now, ladies and gentlemen. We are just past the 1/8 line of the competition. And still plenty of action here left to see what's going to happen as the marbles go through. Carlos Yaz boosted through with a good position in first place, but Nighthawks has found some speed as they go into the backstretch of the 15th lap here. Lorenzo, Jeffy Steels. Here comes also Virginia. Flop Nothing can come up, all making a move, and Carlos Yaz's lead is in trouble. Coming up into the second turn. Swadino still struggling with that frozen over vehicle. Hopefully they're going to thaw that out soon enough. They might have to go to the pit stops for a moment and get some injected antifreeze to get everything back under control, but right now they are struggling as Carlos Yaz barely holds on to the lead as they cross the line into the 16th lap with Nighthawks right behind in second place. Also Virginia third, Lorenzo fourth. Looks like Jeffy Steels coming around in fifth place. Flop Nothing is sixth place, and a huge slew of marbles, including Super K16, finally back in the action in the top 10. Going to the first turn of the 16th lap. Carlos Yaz trying to hold that position as they go to the in-hand side. Lost of Virginia makes a move into second place. Nighthawks coming around in third. Jeffy Steels and Lorenzo the Ultimate both coming around in that fourth and fifth place position, respectively. Jeffy Steels makes a good move to the outside line, trying to get back into competition as Swadino continues to falter as they barely struggle to keep ahead of Carlos Yaz and Lost of Virginia, who's now making a move on the in-hand side. Carlos Yaz struggling to keep it under control. Lost of Virginia moves in. Look at the speed of Jeffy Steels. Jeffy Steels somehow have found a rocket booster lying spare on the track, strapped it to their left-hand side, and just rocketed themselves up into the first place position. Now battling it out with Nighthawks and Lost of Virginia as they go through. A close collision there from Nighthawks and Lost of Virginia as they go to the in-hand side line. Jeffy Steels just throttling that rocket booster for all it's worth, and look at the speed of Jeffy Steels. That rocket engine really coming in strong for Jeffy Steels. Anything goes here in the latest Moustache 100, ladies and gentlemen. There are no bans on performance-enhancing substances or equipment, nor weaponry. And we'll be keeping a close eye on these competitors as they all go through. It's going to be Lost in Virginia looking to lap Swadino after just 18 laps. Swadino can barely bolt off, and something happened to Purple Toey. What's going on with Purple Toey? Purple Toey has a tire iron stuck in their peg of their bike. I don't know what's going on. They're scraping the rubber across the track. Purple Toey falters around the turn. And ladies and gentlemen, after just 18 laps, Lost in Virginia is looking to lap 2 marbles. And Purple Toey continuing to struggle to keep up the pace here. That is definitely a tire iron lodged in the back tire of Purple Toey's bike. Don't know why they brought a bike to the Moustache 100, and you can see exactly why that is not a good idea, as they just fall back behind 3 places in a full lapping here in just the first 18 laps of the competition. It's going to be Suadinho still struggling to hold ahead of the 2 leaders, Jeffy Steos and Lorenzo the Ultimate, just putting the pace here as they go through in the 19th lap. It's going to be Nighthawks coming around in 3rd, Lost in Virginia in 4th, Flop Nothing in 5th, Captain Cats and Carlos Yaz battling out for 6th place to the go-down side of the 2nd turn. Jeffy Steos looking to get into the 1st, 5th, the 20th lap here in 1st place, and Jeffy Steos, who's been shining all day so far, is now going to cross the line in 1st place, but Purple Toey's had enough, and it looks like they finally got the tire iron out of the back of their tire, and they are just rocketing down the track with tremendous speed. I've never seen someone pedal so fast in my life, and Purple Toey is just burning rubber now with that fixed car and the fixed bike, and they're just going to push themselves back out of lap position. But Jeffy Steos is not done yet. Looks like the afterburners finally run out. They're discarding it to the side, and Jeffy Steos is just going to finish the rest on their own volition. But Carlos Yaz gets a good boost going through, trying to take out Purple Toey as they go through on the right-hand side. Jeffy Steos back in a 2nd, Lost in Virginia 3rd, Lorenzo the 4th in ultimate place as they all go down into the 21st lap. Carlos Yaz, oh my goodness, look at the speed of Carlos Yaz, gets a full 100 marble length lead on Lost in Virginia and Jeffy Steos, and it looks like Carlos Yaz is making another move here to try to get a good position. Now we are 1/5 of the way through the competition. Carlos Yaz in 1st place, trying to overtake as many other marbles as possible, including Purple Toey and Suadinho, who is still iced over. Those trails are really making me nervous. There are some distortions between time and reality here on the track, ladies and gentlemen, and we can only hope that's not going to come into a big problem later on as the track continues. It's going to be Carlos Yaz still in 1st place, still trying to lap as many marbles. It looks like they've overtaken Finish Hangover. They're about to overtake Scotland Serenity. But it looks like Purple Toey once again pedaling her little legs off as they go to that 1st turn of the 21st lap, but it looks like it's Carlos Yaz on the 22nd. Here comes Lorenzo the Ultimate, Lost in Virginia battling out for 2nd place. Nighthawks in 3rd, Ken up in 4th, Jeffy Steos in 5th place, Super K, Flop Nothing, and the Dragon all battling it out for 7th. It looks like just behind them we've got Phoenix, Rodeo Clown, Shade, C, Mrs. Sky, White Rose, Casual Girl, Zamboni, Bob, Captain Cats, and Socket Cat, and a couple others still trying to put in some positions as they go into the 2nd turn of the 22nd lap. Still out in front, though, we do have Carlos Yaz, who's now getting a commanding lead. Lost in Virginia, a good 100 marble lengths behind, but it looks like Lost in Virginia found a boost of speed, and they're going to try to get through on the Indian side. Carlos to the outside, Finish Hangover, tired of being lapped, tries to regain some position here, and it looks like the marbles are just barely able to keep themselves from being lapped too much as they continue to push through on this course. Here comes Carlos Yaz down the backstretch here of the 23rd lap. Lost in Virginia has closed the gap, but they're starting to lose a little bit of speed. Flop Nothing now up in 3rd place. Nighthawks back in 4th place, and Finish Hangover just struggling to keep up with the rest of the marbles. Here comes Carlos Yaz around the bend. Lost in Virginia has yet another good turn. It looks like Lost in Virginia has closed the gap significantly on Carlos Yaz as they go through. I don't know why my nose is running tonight, but we're just going to have to keep muscling through it. Apologies to anyone who's grossed out by it. Carlos Yaz now in 1st place. They go down inside. Lost in Virginia in 2nd. Oh, but who's this in 3rd? It's Nighthawks going for a straight shot through the 1st turn. It looks like they bounce on the right inside, and Nighthawks is overtaking Lost in Virginia to go down inside. Lost in Virginia going to rebound some speed, and ladies and gentlemen, we've got a 3 marble competition for 1st place as we go into the 1st quarter of the Moustache 100. Looking to be in 1st place for the 25th lap. Who is it going to be? Lost in Virginia, Carlos Yaz, Lorenzo the Ultimate with another boost of speed. Here comes Nighthawks and Flop Nothing. Looks like everyone is giving it all they've got to try to get themselves into 1st place as they go to the 25th lap, and it looks like Lost in Virginia is in the lead by now, but not by much. Lorenzo the Ultimate with a good boost into 2nd place. Carlos Yaz in 3rd, Flop Nothing in 4th, Nighthawks in 5th, and it looks like all of them are crossing the line now as they go through. Flop Nothing, Lorenzo, and Lost in Virginia all battling it out 1st place as they go to the 1st turn of the 25th lap. And ladies and gentlemen, it is still anyone's game here in the Moustache 100. Lorenzo and Lost in Virginia. Oh my goodness, Lost in Virginia just took a swift billy club to the back of Lorenzo the Ultimate's shin, and they're still chasing him down. Lorenzo Ultimate hobbling along, trying to keep the pace, but Lost in Virginia's done a little bit of damage there to Lorenzo the Ultimate's back leg, and it looks like Lorenzo Ultimate is struggling to keep up the speed with Flop Nothing and Lost in Virginia. Flop Nothing, first time they're in 1st place, and they're going to try to hold the position as they go through into the 26th lap. Lorenzo Ultimate trying to dodge everything they can from Lost in Virginia, and they're just continuing to fall behind as Lost in Virginia takes the lead in the 26th lap. Flop Nothing to the right-hand side with Lorenzo Ultimate in 2nd place, and it looks like Carlos Yaz is back in the action in 3rd, and it looks like Lorenzo the Ultimate is coming up from behind on Flop Nothing. Carlos Yaz boosts to the out-hand side. Oh, look at the bounce from Carlos Yaz. I think they've got some rubber insulation on the left and right-hand side of their track, and they're just trying to bounce their way through like a pinball. And it's going to be Lorenzo the Ultimate now in 1st place somehow, even though after they've taken the blow to the back of the leg by Lost in Virginia, they're going to continue to push forward into 1st place with Lorenzo the Ultimate holding the lead. It's going to be Flop Nothing in 2nd, Carlos in 3rd, and it looks like it's going to be a couple other marbles still trying to get through. I don't know whose Korean name that is back in 25th place, but they have been lapped significantly all of a sudden. Lost in Virginia falling further behind. Looks like the Dragon going to be overtaking on the right-hand side with Rodeo Khan making a move in as well. But still in the front, we have Lorenzo the Ultimate and Carlos Yaz battling it out as they go into the passway into the backstretch of the 27th lap. Flop Nothing now in 3rd. Looks like Ken up in 4th place. Rodeo Clown in 5th. Dragon in 6th. Lost in Virginia 7th. Sky in 8th. Phoenix in 9th. White Rose in 10th. Bosman trying to get through in 11th place. All going through into the 27th lap, and we're going to see what happens as we go into lap 28. 28. Just give me a second while I take a quick drink of beverage. Carlos Diaz in first place as they cross the line into the 28th lap. Looks like they've got a comfortable lead now ahead of Lorenzo the Ultimate, and Ken One Up now is making a move up from behind. It looks like also coming through, it's going to be the Dragon trying to make a move to make something happen here in the fifth, with Flop Nothing coming around in 5th place. Phoenix in 6th, Love 7 in 8th. Looks like, or 7th, excuse me, Lost in Virginia, Rodeo Clown in 9th, and a whole slew of marbles battling it out for 10th place with Finish Hangover, White Bros, Mrs. Sky, Casual Girl, Mr. Pizza Face, and Rumpluft all making moves as they go to the second turn of the 28th lap. Carlos still in front, looking to cross the line, and a lot more marbles are getting lapped now, and it looks like it's going to be trouble for a lot of marbles in the back. Ice Bear having some trouble keeping up with the competition as they go across into their 28th lap. Carlos Diaz are in the 20th lap, but here comes Lorenzo the Ultimate coming up from behind as they push through into this 29th lap. Carlos Diaz overtakes Lorenzo, coming down into the backstretch. Looks like Carlos Diaz has a little bit of trouble getting that line towards the inside line. Lorenzo Ultimate makes a move up through the middle. Carlos is going to fall back a little bit further behind. Lorenzo on the outside line with Carlos holding the middle. Looks like Ken One Up and Flop Nothing battling it out for 3rd, and a whole slew of marbles right behind in 4th place, and that's going to be some steep competition coming up as we go into the 30th lap. Here comes Carlos with a good boost of speed across the line into 1st place. Looks like it's going to be Ken One Up overtaking Lorenzo the Ultimate. Lorenzo the Ultimate's leg starting to swell up from that blow from Lost in Virginia, and Lorenzo the Ultimate could be in trouble as the marbles continue to push through into the second third of the competition. It's going to be Ken One Up holding 2nd, but Lorenzo the Ultimate not giving up yet as they go to the inside line. Casual Girl back and forth. Flop Nothing in 5th. Looks like Shade C in 6th place. Looks like Lost in Virginia now up in 7th. With Glove Save, Fornax better have White Bros, Bondsman, Captain Cats, all the other marbles pushing through at a very steep competition in the front of the peloton there as the marbles go around the bend of the 30th lap. Carlos still holding 1st, but Ken One Up and Lorenzo the Ultimate are getting a huge boost of speed going through across the line into the 31st lap, and Lorenzo the Ultimate is going to make a move on the out-hand side, and Carlos Diaz can't keep up. Ken One Up going for a straight shot. Oh, almost takes out Carlos with a crossbar, and it looks like it's going to be Carlos nearly dodging, getting clotheslined by Ken One Up there, and it looks like Lorenzo the Ultimate is going to hold 1st place for now. Carlos counting their lives right now as they go through into the backstretch of the 31st lap. Ken One Up out for blood as they go through the 3rd turn on the right-hand side. It looks like the Lorenzo Ultimate hold 1st place, looking to cross into the 32nd lap as they go through into the 2nd third. Here's Ken One Up now making a move for 1st place. Carlos Diaz going to pull into the in-hand side. Lorenzo to the out-hand side. Looks like Ken One Up has found a good boost of speed, and they're going to push through. The other 2 marbles completely intimidated by that swing of violence by Ken One Up, and they don't want anything to do with that this early in the race, and they're just going to sit back and let Ken One Up burn themselves out for a little bit here in the front of the pack. It's going to be Carlos in 2nd, Lorenzo in 3rd. Looks like Glove Save in 4th place with the other marbles now trying to push through with Shade C, Casual Girl, Flop Nothing, White Bros, Rumpluff, Captain Gas, Mrs. Sky, Say I Can't, Mr. Pizza Face, and a large peloton coming up a run behind, only about a 1/3 of a lap behind the other marbles in 1st place. Back to our leader, Ken One Up, now in 1st place as we go into the 2nd third. 33 laps have elapsed, and this will get us into the 2nd third of the competition. Carlos Diaz is going to be in 2nd. Lorenzo the Ultimate in 3rd. Flop Nothing in 4th. Glove Save in 5th. Jeremy K in 6th place with Casual Girl and Shade C not too far behind. Going into the next turn, Ken One Up starting to put some distance between him and the other competition, and it looks like the competition is just not wanting anything to do with Ken One Up there after that horrific display of violence going for the clothesline on Carlos Diaz, and Carlos Diaz just going to hold 2nd for now, and now the other marbles in the back are starting to make a move. It looks like it's going to be the Lorenzo Ultimate struggling to hold 3rd with Flop Nothing coming up from behind in 4th place. Glove Save in 5th, Casual Girl in 6th place, and Ken One Up now looking to cross the line, and let's get some stats real quick on Ken One Up, who continues to push their advantage here into the 2nd lap of the competition. Ken One Up is on the Puddle Squad with Guy Albalgia, Fred Flintstone, Killspree Maniac, and Z Carmella. So representing strong here for the Puddle Squad, it is Ken One Up with a commanding lead here in the 2nd third of the competition. About a good 120, 130 marble legs between them and the next runners up, which is still Carlos and Lorenzo. But they are struggling to keep pace both with Ken One Up and the marbles behind. Mrs. Sky now makes a move, looking to climb up into 4th place, and Captain Cat's going to be right behind in 6th place. Casual Girl in 6th, Shade C and 7th, Rump left in 8th. And it looks like it's going to be 42 rings now up in 9th place as they cross the line into the 35th lap. Ken One Up still holding that lead, but it looks like it's starting to diminish as Lorenzo the Ultimate starts to get themselves back together. It looks like the swelling on their back leg is down, and they are ready to give a little bit more speed. Carlos Diaz is going to try for it again, and Mrs. Sky not done yet. They've been pacing themselves out for the entire 1st third of this competition, but they're ready to go in for another competition as they go into the 2nd third. Here comes Ken One Up, looking to cross the line for the 36th lap, still in 1st place, and the marbles continue to struggle to keep pace with Ken One Up. It looks like it's a full 2nd lead here, with Lorenzo the Ultimate and Carlos still battling it out for 2nd place. Mrs. Sky now in the mix for battling for 2nd place as well. Back in 5th place, Flop Nothing, 42 rings, Bondsman, White Bros, Casual Girl, Shade C, and it looks like it's going to be Balls4ya coming through his line on the out-hand side of the backstretch as well. Carlos Diaz and Spoontree No, not Spoon Tree. Lorenzo the Ultimate. I don't know why I said Spoon Tree. All coming through now, but Mrs. Sky has overtaken both of them now into second place. Ken One Up trying to get in the mix, and it looks like Ken One Up is getting a little too far ahead into the pack, and all of the other marbles that are being lapped are starting to take gumption with it, and it looks like Ken One Up might be getting a couple too many enemies. The Trickster just going straight for him. Excuse me. The Trickster coming through, looking to take out Ken One Up with a swing to the right-hand side, but Ken One Up dodging all the marbles as quickly as they can as they go to the inside. It looks like it's going to be Centrax trying to go through as well, and the marbles are just swarming Ken One Up. Ken One Up needs to be careful as they continue to push through this lead. The other marbles are not taking lightly to being lapped, and it looks like everyone is gunning for Ken One Up right now. Oh, a strong blow to the front by Akaria, taking him over with the front-hand side, and it looks like John Ferry coming up from behind as well. Sean the Bullshark gives chase to Ken One Up. Oh my goodness, everyone is gunning for Ken One Up. Ken One Up is just dodging and weaving and bobbing as best he can. It looks like something out of the Matrix right now. Oh my goodness, another swinging line from Lady. And is that Mrs. Sky and Lorenzo the Ultimate? It is. The collisions have taken their toll on Ken One Up. He can't keep fighting off the competition, and it looks like he's fallen back into third place as Lorenzo the Ultimate takes the lead. Coming up into the 38th lap, looking to go around the bend of the 39th lap, and ladies and gentlemen, we are back in action. Lorenzo the Ultimate in first place as they go through into the 39th lap. Ken One Up trying to regain in second place, but here comes Bondsman now in third place. Mrs. Sky at fourth place, and the other marbles still coming through. Carlos in fifth. Flop Nothing in sixth. Memory in seventh. It looks like Derp Dog in eighth. Casual Girl in ninth, and it looks like Fordax is going to be battling it out with Larson Virginia for back in 10th place. Coming around the first bend of the 39th lap is going to be Lorenzo the Ultimate now in first place, but it looks like they've got plenty of competition with the other marbles from behind as well. Sean the Bullshark looking to not be lapped, trying to push their advantage on the right-hand side. The other marbles go through. Sir Kryptonite goes for a swing. Lorenzo with a samurai sword. Thankfully it missed, and Lorenzo's going to be able to push through. Looks like a couple other marbles are still gunning for him. The Hunt Music with some boxing gloves looking to take some blows to Lorenzo's head, but Lorenzo continues to dodge the blows as they go through, pushing their advantage first place, cross the line in the 40th lap, and ladies and gentlemen, we are 40% of the way through the competition, almost halfway as we go through into the next lap. Lorenzo the Ultimate around the bend, trying to dodge as many other marbles as they can, and it looks like they're going to be able to keep themselves isolated for now, but the other marbles are not too far behind. Bondsman in second, Ken One Up now back into third, with Flop Nothing holding fourth place, and Forax's better half still trying to make something as they go through the center line. Lorenzo comes in on the out-hand side, going through the turn with a very good line. Tries to stay away from the other marbles, and it looks like they're doing a pretty good job so far. Continuing to get a little bit more of a lead on the second place position held by Bondsman, and Ken One Up still in third, trying to find a way to recover. Oh, a side-by-side collision with Not Ferrari and Lorenzo the Ultimate. Looks like some of the body came off of one of the hubcaps there of Lorenzo the Ultimate, but that's not going to do any actual damage, strictly superficial. So Lorenzo will be able to continue to push forward here, and now looking to get behind Lorenzo for a quick, or Not Ferrari for a quick draft as they cut to the 8-hand side. W. Belly tries to get through from behind as well. Lorenzo Ultimate trying to dodge as many marbles. Oh, but John Fearing takes a quick kick to Lorenzo's face, and Lorenzo, slightly dazed after that collision, might be in trouble. Itty Bitty Irish Slash is wielding a butter knife, looking to make some incisions on the side of Lorenzo's ribs, and Lorenzo has got to be careful here. It's starting to get a little dicey out in the middle of the track as they cross the line in the 42nd lap. It's going to be Key John trying to make a move on the out-hand side and go for, oh no, Ginny Pond just took a I think that was a paddle ball paddle, just smacking the back of Lorenzo's head, and Lorenzo continued to get these superficial blows, but it's starting to take us. John Fearing just gave another kick to Lorenzo's face, and Lorenzo is just getting beaten senseless by the other marbles that they're trying to lap, and Flop Nothing is taking the opportunity to come back from behind. Flop Nothing, unimpeded by the competition, is just pushing ahead and overtakes Lorenzo as Lorenzo continues to be battered by the marbles he's lapped, and Flop Nothing is really ready to strike here as they cross the line in the 33rd lap, but Lorenzo the Ultimate not going to take it sitting down, retakes the position, and gets themselves back into first place, but now the other marbles have caught up. It's going to be Lorenzo the Ultimate struggling in first place, holding away at Bondsman and Flop Nothing. Looks like Ken One Up is not too far behind either, only about 70 to 80 marble legs behind, and anything can happen as the marbles continue to push through on this very tight competition. 3 marbles wide as they go into the second turn of the 43rd lap. Looking to get across the line in the fourth lap in first place, but it's going to be neck and neck. Oh my goodness, Flop Nothing swiping at Bondsman, but Bondsman narrowly dodges. Flop Nothing tries to recover, but looks like they swung a little too hard, and they got themselves off balance, and they've fallen back further into second place, and I don't know what's going on with Lorenzo the Ultimate. They might have just pushed themselves a little too hard. They're running out of steam as they go into the 44th lap. Lorenzo starts to fall back into third. Ken One Up trying to hold fourth place right now as they start to make a move on the in-hand side. Looks like coming up from behind, Flop Nothing still looking for a way to catch up with Bondsman, and Bondsman's got to be careful as Purple Toey and Flop Nothing are both starting to gun for him. Chide on the back of Bondsman as well. Oh my goodness, Fang Bandit with a strong punch to Bondsman's shoulder there, and it looks like Bondsman's going to be struggling to hold it as they go across the line in first place, and the other marbles still pushing through. Lorenzo the Ultimate looking to retake first place with a good line on the out-hand side, but Bondsman's not having it and boxes him out. Lorenzo the Ultimate trying to find a way to pass Bondsman. Bondsman keeping him at bay. Ken One Up Up moving around in third place with their marbles coming up from behind. It's going to be Lost in Virginia back in fourth place. Where did Lost in Virginia come from, ladies and gentlemen? They've found their second win. They've been able to push through. They're about to overtake Lorenzo the Ultimate. They've got a pizza to deliver, and they are going to deliver it regardless of what the other marbles doing. And Lost in Virginia with a beautiful line around the second turn of the 45th lap is looking to be in fourth place now as they go across the line into the 46th lap. And ladies and gentlemen, the competition is still getting heated. Almost halfway now through the event as the marbles continue to push through on these laps. And it looks like Bondsman's holding first, but just barely. Right behind is Ken One Up, who's made their way back into second place. Lorenzo has fallen back into third. Coming up in fourth place, Flop Nothing and Lost in Virginia, struggling to deliver that pizza on time. And now we're going to have Bondsman and Ken One Up battling themselves as they go through into the second turn of the 46th lap, and everything's going to be getting very close. Here comes Ken One Up, coming around the bend, looking to be in first place for the 47th lap. But I don't know if Bondsman's going to let it happen. Ken One Up dodging the blows from the other marbles. Here comes Bondsman on the in-hand side. Lorenzo the Ultimate getting another boost of speed, and Lorenzo keeps falling back and regaining. Don't know if this is part of their strategy or if they're just struggling to keep pace, but they are digging deep. They are pushing hard, and it looks like Lorenzo might actually be able to retake first place here before the 48th lap. Lorenzo One Up trying to make a move toward that outside line, trying to dodge all the other marbles. Lepoli giving a little bit of chase from behind, but looks like Ken One Up's going to keep them at bay. Alfonso, it's Centraz, all coming around at the same time. Alfonso tries to get in the way of Ken One Up, but Ken One Up's not having any of it. Lorenzo the Ultimate moves to the out end side, really wants to be in first place by the time they hit that 48th lap, and they might actually pull it off. Ken One Up spending all this time and energy dodging the other marbles. Lorenzo just giving chase straight down the middle, and Lorenzo the Ultimate with a perfect line down the middle. Ken One Up moves to the out inside. It all could change on this turn as they go around. A very good line attempt there by Lorenzo the Ultimate, but looks like they collide with a couple of the other marbles, and now Lorenzo's going to make the move, and Lorenzo retakes first place as they go to the backstretch, but Flop Nothing's making a move as well. Lorenzo and Flop Nothing both battling it out on the inside. Ken One Up retaking first place as they go back into the turn, and it's all going to come down to this execution. Looks like Ken One Up still struggling to go through as they get around. Flop Nothing to the out hand side. Lorenzo as well into a huge collision of marbles there on that outside turn, and it looks like that's going to cost Lorenzo a little bit of time. Ken One Up still in first place, but just by a nose. There goes Lorenzo making a move to the in-hand side, and looks like Lorenzo's going to make a good push here in the first turn of the 49th lap. And ladies and gentlemen, we are about to reach halfway through the event. Thank you all for being here. Hope you're having a wonderful time. We're just going to keep it going here until I pass out and fall off the camera. Don't worry about it. There is a EMT standing by should anything actually happen. Flop Nothing into first place as they go around to the bend. And who will be the first marble across the line into the next half of the competition? Is it Flop Nothing? It looks like it's Flop Nothing. Flop Nothing with a good 30 marble length lead takes it into 50th lap here in first place, and the other marbles are starting to lose distance. This could be a strategy change by some of the marbles in the back. Ken One Up and Lorenzo have been going hard this entire time. They might take it easy for the next couple laps here and let Flop Nothing wear themselves out and then try to strike again from later on in the competition. It's a risky move if they fall too far behind, but they could do it. We've seen it happen before. It could happen again. Flop Nothing just in the middle of the pack, trying to keep everything as cool as possible as they go around into the 51st lap, and that will take us into the second half. But it's going to be Ken One Up still holding second. Lost in Virginia in third. Lorenzo the Ultimate back in. Where the hell is Lorenzo? Where are these marbles? Where are these marbles? Lorenzo the Ultimate in fourth, struggling to buggle with Lost in Virginia. Magical now in fifth. Merlin in sixth. Carlos in seventh. Yusuf in eighth. What has been happening in the back of the pack, ladies and gentlemen? There is a whole change up here in the top 10 as we look at the marbles behind fifth place. Magical Girl is in fifth place. Looks like it's Gooters now in seventh. Yusuf trying to get through an 8th. CS made a Darkblade. Oh no, Darkblade's a lap behind, but it looks like it's going to be Carlos Yaz in that mix as well, still not giving up. The other marbles trying to push through, including CS Smita, Mr. Pizza Face, and the colors changed, so now I can't read anything, but we're just going to wait for that comeback. Looks like Glove Saves in the mix as well. Head Snap, Pompey's in there as well. Looks like Heather Kane and Amba all trying to get in the mix as well, and there is a huge change up there in the 5th through 15th positions as the marbles continue to battle it out here in the second half of the Moustache. It's going to be Flop Nothing in first place, but just by a nose, as Ken One Up is now looking to get a good line coming around that turn into the 53rd lap. Flop Nothing struggling to keep the pace as Ken One Up and Lorenzo begin to regain themselves, and it looks like that little break they took is going to pay off there as Flop Nothing is just having a world of trouble getting through all these marbles as they continue to push through into the 53rd lap. Flop Nothing on the outside turn gets a pretty good line, dodges most of the marbles, cuts to the out hand side, might get in a little bit of collision here, but it looks like they're going to keep everything under control as they go through on that backstretch. Looks like in second place, Carlos Yaz, Lost in Virginia, battling with Ken One Up, and it looks like everything's going to be under control here as we go to the 54th lap. Flop Nothing to the out hand side, tries to keep it under control as the marbles continue to jumble around. Looks like Steven's got a little bit of issue there. A big collision there with Flop Nothing. They actually came out on top, somehow used that collision to push themselves forward, and is now looking to lap a lot more marbles and get a huge lead on the competition, but look, there's a little bit, it's not done yet. They're going to boost themselves into second place as they go through into the first turn of the 54th lap. Lost in Virginia in third. Ken One Up known in fourth. Looks like the other marbles coming around. Shade C, Scooters, Carlos, and Yusuf, Merlin, and Plumpy all trying to make something happen as they go into this 54th lap. Back to leader, which is still Flop Nothing. into the second turn of the 54th lap, trying to avoid all these marbles. There's Backscast in the mix as well. Backscast, oh my goodness, Backscast is actually getting in the action. Backscast has just decided to stall right in front of Flop Nothing. Just wanted a little bit of screen time there, and a shout out to Backscast, who again will be joining us Monday for Record Hunters, 2 p.m. Eastern on this channel. Anyway, Flop Nothing in first. So it looks like he's going to be the Lorenzo the Ultimate second, coming up in third. And Shade Seahouse now finally made a move. Looks like they played it cool for the first half, just keeping pace with the competition. And Shade C might actually be making a move here in the second half of the race. Flop Nothing to the inside. Still a huge jumble of marbles, and Flop Nothing cannot find any way to get through. And there's Winstall, the world record holder for laps, but that is a 2-lap competition, not a 100-lap competition. It looks like Winstall's struggling to keep pace here on the laps more than 2. No surprises, those are entirely 2 different elements of speed versus endurance, but Flop Nothing still going strong as they go through into the 56th lap. The other marbles not going to be too far behind, though. Lorenzo the Ultimate making a move towards the inside. Shade C now in third. Don't know where the other marbles are too far behind. It looks like Ken of West Virginia and Carlos Yaz battling for 4th place as the marbles go across the line, and it looks like Lorenzo the Ultimate has overtaken Flop Nothing as we go into lap 57. It's going to be Get Pool Xander trying to make something happen behind Lorenzo the Ultimate, but Lorenzo the Ultimate is just boosting. What is going on here? I think Lorenzo the Ultimate has found a warp drive and is now distorting space and time. You see the blue plasma trail coming out of the back of the marble, and Lorenzo the Ultimate now resulting to SpaceX technology to get themselves boosted as quickly as possible through into the 57th lap, and they have created a huge gap between themselves and Flop Nothing in just 1 lap. It's going to be Not Nothing trying to make something happen in second place, but they're continuing to struggle to keep pace. It's going to be Lost in Virginia in third. Shade C trying to make, oh my goodness, Lost in Virginia just gave a quick backslap to Shade C with, I believe it was a kukri, and that's going to leave a large gash in the side of Shade C's face, but Shade C unfazed is just going to continue to push ahead into third place now, and it looks like Shade C overtakes Lost in Virginia, and Lost in Virginia is starting to get a little violent there, back in 4th place, starting to get a little frustrated, not able to take 1st place just quite yet. Lorenzo the Ultimate still holding 1st place with that strong plasma trail boosting their marble through in 1st place, but it looks like Flop Nothing's starting to get their own speed back up and retake in 2nd. The other marbles coming around in 3rd place. We do have Shade C, Lost in Virginia right behind in 4th place, still chasing Shade C down with that kukri, and Shade C better be careful. And it looks like Shade C's had enough. They're going to drop back and let Lost in Virginia have it. Does not want anything to do with Lost in Virginia, who's resulted to medieval weaponry to take back their 3rd place position. Now in 6th place, it's going to be Scooters, Shadow Hunter Fizz, Blumpy, Ken One Up, and Yusuf in the top 10, all coming across that archway as they go into the 60th lap here, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see what's going to happen as the competition continues to heat up. Now 60% of the way through the race, it's going to be Flop Nothing retaking 1st place. Lorenzo the Ultimate not too far behind in 2nd, looking to go through into the 60th lap, and right behind them it is going to be Shadow Hunter Fizz, who is just rocketing down the track right now. Not sure what Shadow Hunter Fizz has been doing to get all this speed all of a sudden, but they are definitely going through with a good boost of speed into the 60th lap, and they might be looking to make a strike here on the last third of the Moustache 100. Flop Nothing in 1st place. Lorenzo the Ultimate are going to be about 60 to 70 marble lengths behind. Lost in Virginia coming around in 3rd. Shadow Hunter Fizz in 4th. Carlos Yaz in 6th place, with Scooters and Plumpy making a move in 7th as they go through the second turn of the 60th lap. All the marbles go across, and it looks like coming around in the 64th lap, it is still going to be Flop Nothing in 1st place, but Shadow Hunter Fizz is now right behind in 2nd place. Shadow Hunter Fizz, that might have been the cause of the magical distortion, ladies and gentlemen. It's Shadow Hunter Fizz, the unicorn, has been using magical powers to distort the reality of the track around them, and they are now phasing through at breakneck speed, closing the gap on Shadow Hunter Fizz as they go through into the 2nd turn of the 61st lap, and it looks like Shadow Hunter Fizz is starting to make their move. Moving around on the outside inside of the 2nd turn as they go into the next lap, but it looks like it's going to be Shadow Hunter Fizz overtaking Lorenzo the Ultimate. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Shadow Hunter Fizz has resulted to the magical powers of the dark arts to warp the space-time around them and get their marble thrusted through as quickly as possible into the last third of the race, and Shadow Hunter Fizz is now going for it in 1st place. Carlos Yaz catches up into 2nd place, taking on the Lorenzo the Ultimate. Flop Nothing getting back in as well, and it looks like it's going to be Lost in Virginia still trying to make something happen back in 6th place, with Plumpy and Flop Nothing still ahead. Coming around, Yusuf making a move on the out end side. Yusuf is now, oh my goodness, what kind of magical geometry is Yusuf using? Yusuf is using the powers of the religious sacred geometry to distort themselves through into 1st place, and it looks like the gods are blessing Yusuf with unnatural speed, using the powers of the sacred geometry to propel themselves forward at breakneck speeds. Ken One Up struggling to keep up with the competition, doesn't have any tricks of their own to keep up with this madness, and it looks like Shadow Hunter Fizz is still out in 1st place, with Lorenzo Ultimate not able to answer just quite yet, back in 2nd by a good quarter of a lap behind. Lorenzo in second. Looks like it's going to be Yusuf in third. Flop nothing in fourth. Shade C in fifth place. Yusuf just continuing to power on with that sacred geometry marble. And they are really putting it to the test as they go around that second bend into the 64th lap. They've caught up into third place, about to overtake Lorenzo if they go through on the in-hand side. Looks like it's going to be Shade C right behind in fourth place. Mr. Pizza Face now catching up in fifth place and starting to make a move as they go to the out-hand side. If Mr. Pizza Face is looking to just deliver pizza the old-fashioned way, just a single man hurtling himself down the track. As quick look at the determination of this marble, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Mr. Pizza Face, just a lone delivery man, rolling, not even running, just literally throwing himself down the track to try to deliver this pizza as quickly as possible. And you gotta give it to him for doing it the old-fashioned way, but it might not be enough by the end of this competition. It's going to be Shadowwater Fizz still using the magical distortion to propel themselves forward at unnatural speeds. Coming around in second place is going to be Lorenzo, the ultimate, trying to hold, and Yusuf Ali in third. Let's check up on our teams right now as we go through into the last third of the competition. It is Gangstalicious that Yusuf Ali is representing, also accompanied by Razgriz, Can't Plays Games, Fatima, and Mono Souza. So it looks like Yusuf trying to represent their team here. Kenwood, I'm not going to be too far behind either, and it looks like it's going to be, who is this? Deluxe Crawdaddy! Deluxe Crawdad has moved up into fifth place out of nowhere, overtaking on the right-hand side. Don't know where Deluxe came from. Let's check up what team they're on here. It's going to be Deluxe, who is represented. Are they even on a team? I don't even think Deluxe is on a team. Deluxe is not even on a team. Deluxe is just out here doing his own thing. And ladies and gentlemen, Deluxe Crawdad looking to upset the entire competition by their lonesome, just shooting through with that beautiful barrel into that fifth place position. But it looks like they're starting to fall back a little bit further behind now. Let's check back on the leader, which is still Lorenzo, the ultimate. And it looks like that plasma drive is still working perfectly here as they go into the second turn of the 66th lap. And will Lorenzo be able to hold first place as we go into the final third of the competition? Shadowwater Fizz's magic is starting to wear off. Looks like they didn't bring enough magical components to continue their spells through the rest of the race, and they might be falling fast into the back of the middle of the pack. Shade C overtakes in second now. Looks like it's going to be Shadowwater Fizz back in third. Mr. Pizza Face still throwing themselves down the track at horrible speeds in fourth place, and God bless them, Lost in Virginia still looking to sharpen those kukris on a couple more bones of the competitors here. In fifth place, just lurking behind, waiting for an opportunity to strike, and it looks like they're coming up on Mr. Pizza Face fast. Dominic gets a little bit of a bump there on Lost in Virginia. I'd be careful with that, Nanonic. You might not be competition, but I don't think Lost in Virginia is going to hesitate to use that kukri on you if you keep that up. Lorenzo, the ultimate, goes through into the middle. Looks like it's going to be Winstall, the record holder, a full lap behind the current leader, and it's just not Winstall's day today. They had their moment to shine on this track, and that day is past. Coming around in second place, though, it's Shade C, who, again, just doing it the old-fashioned way. No tricks, no nothing, just a perfectly well-greased marble, rolling down the track as best they can, and it looks like they might actually be able to do something here with Lorenzo, the ultimate, who has resorted to near-futuristic technology to get themselves where they are at the moment. Shade C at the 68th lap, in second place. Shadowwater Fizz still holding third right now. Looks like they recast their spells and they're getting their speed back. But it might be too little too late as Shade C continues to just roll down. And is Shade C actually making a move on Lorenzo? I think they are. And ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the race tonight, Shade C is going to be in first place without any trickery of any kind. Just doing it the good old-fashioned way. Shade C in first place, but Lorenzo's not done yet. And it looks like they've actually found another setting to put the warp drive to. And they've now actually doubled the gamma output of their booster. And they are now hurtling down at irresponsibly fast speeds. And Shade C's just no match for the next level technology. But Shade C's going to make a move to the out-hand side. Lorenzo cuts back to the in-hand side, and the other marbles not going to be able to keep up at all. Looks like Shadowwater Fizz, our third-place competitor, is almost a quarter lap behind the competition. Flop nothing, and Pompey making a huge move here on the in-hand side, and looks like Pompey might be actually able to catch up as we go through. It looks like Pompey, another marble, just doing it the old-fashioned way, coming around on the out-hand side, rolling down with a perfectly greased marble, using the same exact marble that Shade C is using. And there may be something to this kind of marble. It just seems to be perfectly suited for this track and might be able to get through in first place with nothing more than just good old-fashioned know-how. Shade C to the in-hand side, leaving Lorenzo the ultimate completely in dust. I think they actually overburned their... Oh no, they've discarded it. Lorenzo has completely discarded the ion thruster. I think they overclocked it a little too hard. Some of the components on the inside melted. The mesh screen was no longer able to conduct an electrical charge, and they had to discard the entire thing. They're now a lot lighter, so they're able to continue at a pretty good speed, but I don't think they have any more boost left in them to catch up to Shade C, and this could be the undoing of Lorenzo the Ultimate as we know it. Shadowwater Fizz still casting their magic, keeping themselves in third place now, just trying to find a way to catch up with Shade C and Lorenzo the Ultimate. Lost in Virginia, though, with that kukri is still coming through, and Shadowwater Fizz better be careful. Lost in Virginia's got some blood in their eyes. Shadowwater Fizz to the inside. Lost in Virginia right behind. Shadowwater Fizz, watch out. Lost in Virginia's coming for you from behind. Decimate Jersey cuts in front of Lost in Virginia. Smurf coming around on the outside as well, and Shadowwater Fizz's life is in jeopardy. Here comes Lost in Virginia chasing down Shadowwater Fizz. Shadowwater Fizz look out, she's gonna get you. Lost on Virginia, coming to the inside. It's gonna be Shadow Hunter Fizz outside. Oh my goodness, Shadow run! Shadow's gotta run as fast as they can. Lost on Virginia wants to cut up more than just that pizza, and it looks, oh, there it is. Lost on Virginia slices wide on Shadow Hunter Fizz, goes under the jugular, but I think Shadow Hunter Fizz narrowly dodged the blow, and it's gonna be Shadow Hunter Fizz living to see another day here as they continue to push through with the magical forces, and it looks like it's going to be Flop Nothing overtaking in fourth, and Lost in Virginia a little disappointed they didn't get that throat slice on Shadow Hunter Fizz. It's just going to fall back into sixth place and wait for another opportunity to strike. Lorenzo the Ultimate, coming around in first place, has somehow found a way to retake the lead ahead of Shade C, and it looks like they're going to be going through. Shad C in second, just trying to find a way through on good old-fashioned know-how. Shadow Hunter Fizz's magic seems to be kicking back in, and they're retaking up into fourth place now as they go through that second turn of the 73rd lap. Going back into fourth place, looks like Flop Nothing. It's going to be Max Mata! Max Mata going through. Oh my goodness, what unworldly technology is this? Some alien technology we've never seen before. Seems to be powered by a magical force field wrapped around a black hole. And Max Mata, I don't know what this even is. It's something straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's just rocketing down a unnatural propulsion through this. I don't even think they're racing. I think actually the entirety of this field is moving around Max Mata's marble. They've somehow stabilized the universe as themselves as a starting point, and they're just moving the track around them, trying to get themselves up into the competition, and that might actually work here as we go to the final quarter of the race. The 75th lap, Shade C in first place with the other marbles not too far behind. It's going to be Lorenzo in second, Shadow Hunter Fizz in third, Captain Dadbot of all people in fourth place now. Who's Captain Dadbot representing? Captain Dadbot is not on a team? Is Captain Dadbot not on a team? Tell me Captain Dadbot's not on a team. Captain Dadbot is not on a team. It's just some magical elkin creature just rolling down, a glowing skull with horns, just having their own field day in fourth place, and they've overtaken Shadow Hunter Fizz. What is Captain Dadbot doing? Captain Dadbot just rocketing through in that third place position, now looking to overtake Lorenzo, and I think Captain Dadbot might be making something happen here as we go to the final quarter. Shad C retaking first place as they continue to push their advantage, but there's a lot of marbles getting in the way of Shad C, and they're having trouble keeping up that pace. Captain Dadbot wants to go for it, looking to go through it here in the final quarter of the competition. It's going to be a close one as we come down into the final laps of this race. Ladies and gentlemen, just 25 laps left to go, now 23. As the marbles go through, Lorenzo the Ultimate holding second for now, but Captain Dadbot is not far behind. Coming around in fourth place, it is Flop Nothing trying to get through, and it looks like Flop Nothing has overtaken Captain Dadbot. Back into fourth they go, but it looks like Flop Nothing's having trouble keeping up with Captain Dadbot, who continues to just rocket down. Don't know where Captain Dadbot found this second win, but it is working in their favor as they continue to push through at breakneck speeds. Coming up in the 78th lap, Shad C starting to slow down. Lorenzo the Ultimate overtaking in second place. Looks like Lorenzo's found a way to get their speed back up without the eye. Oh my goodness, did you see that? I don't know who that was, but someone just took out Lorenzo the Ultimate. It was just a straight up cross check to the side of Lorenzo the Ultimate. Went from second to fifth. And Lorenzo the Ultimate, I don't even know if they're still in one piece. Lorenzo's got half their marble hanging off the side of their body. They're dragging everything behind them. Lorenzo the Ultimate, I don't know who that was, but they just absolutely body slammed Lorenzo into the side wall there as they crossed the line. No one saw that coming, and I think Lorenzo might be out of the competition. They can't even get around a turn anymore in the current state. Shad C in first place makes their way through on the right-hand side. Looks like coming around in second now it's going to be Captain Dadbot after Lorenzo just got completely body checked out of competition. It's going to be Mick Ragan coming around in third place. Now and coming around the right-hand side. Looks like they got a little bit of a fancy marble here. It's going to be the LT Digilusion on a chain marble. And it looks like McRagan now up in fourth place. Shadow Hunter Fizz trying to retake third. Still using that magic to their advantage as they come around into the second turn of the 79th lap. And ladies and gentlemen, we are about to reach the final fifth. Shad C out in front, but how much? A good lead, actually. Shadow Hunter Fizz is almost a quarter of a lap behind of Shad C. Captain Dadbot overtakes Shadow Hunter Fizz at the cross line of the 8th lap. And ladies and gentlemen, with just 20 laps left to go, it's going to be all or nothing from all the marbles here. Let's check out who else we have in the competition. It's going to be Mick Ragan in fourth place. It looks like it's going to be Derp Dog in fifth place. It's the Korean name we still don't have confirmation on in sixth place. In seventh place, Steam Napan finally making a show here as they go through with a beautiful color-changing marble and a pink plasma trail. Flop Nothing in eighth place. Looks like Max Mata still up in ninth place using that alien technology to try to warp the track around them, and it seems to be working in their favor, but they're going to need to pull up a little bit more if they want to make something happen by the end of this race. Shad C in first place still with a good line, but I think Captain Dadbot is starting to close the gap, and it's going to be Shadow Hunter Fizz and Mick Ragan McCracken, all making something happen as they go to the outside line of the backstretch of the 81st lap, and Captain Dadbod might be in trouble. Shadowhunter Fizz has now, oh my goodness, Shadowhunter Fizz is starting to perform a new magical cantrip. I don't even know what this is, ladies and gentlemen. Their hands are waving around in sacred sigil slings, and it looks like it's going to be Shadowhunter Fizz just casting their spells to propel them even further into second place right now, and I think Shad C's lead might be in trouble. There seems to be a dark aura forming around Shad C. I think Shadowhunter Fizz is summoning demonic energies to entrap the marble of Shad C, and Shad C might be doomed. Dad Sandman gives a little bit of a punch in the back. It's going to be Chestitute trying to get through on the right-hand side. Great name. And Shad C is starting to pick up the pace now as they go right down the middle. They can feel the grip of death around them, and Shad C is trying to outrun the dark magic of Shadowhunter Fizz, who continues to push around on the outside as we reach the 83rd lap. Captain Dadbot just doing it the old-fashioned way in second place with that magical glowing skull with horns. And it looks like it's going to be Shadowhunter Fizz still pushing through in second place as they cross the line in the 83rd lap. The dark cloud around Shad C starting to materialize. It seems to be miasmic as they go through on the outside line of the backstretch of the 83rd lap. Shad C just trying to hide themselves in the large cloud of the marbles to get themselves away from the magical spell being cast by Shadowhunter Fizz, but Shadowhunter Fizz is going like a madman on that magical cantrip motions, and this could be a disaster in the making for Shad C if they aren't careful. Back in third, Captain Dadbot starting to get a little bit of distance between them and Shadowhunter Fizz, and I don't blame him. I don't want anything to do with any of that. It's going to be McCracken. Back in fourth place, it's going to be Deluxe Crawdad doing it the old-fashioned way in fifth place. Looks like Derp Dog in sixth place. Algren now moving up into seventh place, and it's going to be Steam to Pan all the way back in 10th place. As we go into the 84th lap, Shad C still in first, but the dark cloud still swirling around them. Shadowhunter Fizz biding their time, waiting for the perfect time to strike, and just 15 laps left to go. They're going to have to make something happen soon. Excuse me. Don't know why my nose is running tonight of all nights. Shadowhunter Fizz still biding their time in second place. Shad C in first place, all coming out to the right-hand side. Is Ray the Korean name? Is that the Korean name? Is Ray? I don't know. Anyway, McCracken in third, starting to push their advantage. Flap nothing in fourth. Captain Dadbod. Something bad happening to Captain Dadbod right now. They're starting to lose pace here. I don't think they're actually injured. They might just be winded. Captain Dadbod, known for having a dadbod, might actually just be running out of stamina. I'm not entirely surprised. Carrying around a little bit of extra weight there as they go into the 86th lap. Shad C still in first as they cross the line. But where is Shadowhunter Fizz? Shadowhunter Fizz is starting to fall further behind. They might be a little too invested in this magical spell and not enough in just overall speed, and they might even lose second place. And there it is. It's McCracken and Algren overtaking into second and third, and Shadowhunter Fizz has completely botched the execution. They've spent too much energy and time trying to manifest this dark spell, and it's come back to bite them, and it looks like Shadowhunter Fizz has completely abandoned it. They've stopped casting the spell, and they're just going to try to sprint their way back into first place, and it looks like they're going to make a move. It's going to be Shadowhunter Fizz the outside. Algren coming around in second place just ahead. It looks like Captain Dadbot's made a move. Oh my goodness, Shadowhunter Fizz is falling all behind, but completely everyone, and it looks like it's going to be Shad C way on front, almost uncatchable at this point with just 13 laps left to go, and it's going to be Shad C out in front by a full quarter-length lap right now. It's going to be Mrs. Sky trying to move around in second place. As they go through the first turn, it's going to be Deluxe trying to make something happen as well. In third, it's going to be Captain Dadbot and DJ Radioactive. Where are these marbles coming from? DJ Radioactive and Radioactive indeed. Look at the fusion trail blasting out of the back of DJ Radioactive. They're using some weird fusion engine to get themselves preferred. It looks like something out of a star engine, actually. And it looks like it's going to be DJ Radioactive going through into the third place position. It looks like Mrs. Sky also ready to make a move here in second place. Coming up in first place, though, Shad C still with a very comfortable lead. Just 12 laps left to go. Shad C all but has it, doing it the old-fashioned way. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. No trickery, no bad plays, no nothing. Just a well-greased marble doing what it does on these tracks. And that might be all it takes to win this Moustache 100, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here. Hope you've had a wonderful time joining us. We're coming into the final 10 laps. I hope you've had a fun time doing this. Hopefully we'll get to do it again. Let's keep this going. In first place, Shad C crosses the line, just 11 laps to go. And it's going to be about a quarter lap behind that. Oh my goodness. Mrs. Sky struggling to keep pace with Shad C as they continue to just roll down this track at breakneck speeds. It's going to be Deluxe Crawdaddy, McCracken, and DJ Radioactive, all trying to do their best to hold third as they go around that first turn of the 89th lap. But I don't know if they're going to be able to hold it all together. Ray trying to make a move up through the middle as well. Deluxe Crawdaddy and DJ Radioactive fall behind just a little bit. But Shad C is already around the turn, ready to cross the line. And Mrs. Sky is like a full quarter lap behind. And it looks like Shad C is starting to run away with it. If anything's going to happen now, it might just be up to Shadowhunter Fizz's Dark Magic. Don't know if they're still trying to cast that spell in the back. Let's take a look. Shadowhunter Fizz does seem to be trying to perform the ritual one last time. I don't think they're even interested in winning at this point. I think they just want to finish the spell so they didn't waste their energy for nothing. They're falling further and further behind in the competition. And they might just be trying to curse Shad C out of spite. Shad C still in first, though, as they go into the 91st lap. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in the final 10th of the Moustache 100, and it's all coming to a head here as Shad C continues to try to get as much advantage as possible. We'll see how much time we have before the next marble crosses into second place. It looks like it's at least a 5-second lead here. My God, look at that line and lead from Shad C. Shad C might be almost a full half lap ahead of the competition. I don't know where Shad C is getting this speed from. It's literally just an unfettered marble just rolling down the track as best they can. And ladies and gentlemen, you love to see someone win it the old-fashioned way. Coming around to the outside with just 9 laps to go, it's going to take a miracle or perhaps the dark curse of Shadow Under Fizz for anything to stop Shad C now. Look at the speed. They're just rocketing down at breakneck speed. They almost got through these 100 laps in under 50 minutes, averaging 30 seconds a lap. What is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Is that right? 30 seconds, 150? Yeah, that's how math works, right? Ray in second place, moving around, trying to close the gap on Shad C, but Shad C is just uncatchable right now. It's a full half lap ahead. Flop nothing. One last ditch effort, trying to push their way up into second place. Mrs. Sky looking to be in fourth place, but it looks like it's going to be DJ Radioactive, Meek Dragon, and Shadow Under Fizz all battling it out. For that 6th place position, it's going to be Shad C making that move on the out inside of the 93rd lap. Just about a half lap behind. It's Flop Nothing in second place, and I honestly think, ladies and gentlemen, Shad C is starting to run away with it here as we approach the final of the Moustache 100. Flop Nothing in second place. Lex Crawdad in third. Mrs. Sky in fourth. Looks like Ray in fifth. Mick Dragon in 6th place. Shout out to Fizz now back up into 7th place. DJ Radioactive in 8th place. Algrid in 9th place, and Derp Dog in 10th place. All just trying to make it through in good placement now, knowing that Shad C might very well be uncatchable as we reach the final 5 laps of the Moustache 100. Shad C going through and a full half lap ahead of Flop Nothing, who's struggling to hold second right now. Coming up from behind is DJ Radioactive in third. It's going to be Mick Dragon closing the gap in fourth, and a couple other marbles not too far behind. Shadow Under Fizz, one last ditch effort here as they go around the out inside, and looks at Shadow Under Fizz is now trying to save replacement. It's going to be Ray on the out inside as well, trying to take Mick Dragon, but Mick Dragon's not going to light up yet. It's going to be Shadow Under C into the middle. Shad C, oh my goodness, another boost from Chestitude, and it looks like Chestitude is just going to push Shad C through. Is Shad C actually on anyone's team? Don't think we've checked yet. Let's take a quick look here. Shad C is on the Broken Down Hustlers with Warfrat's Dead, Bill Babs, Wifey Babs, Rodeo Clown. So we'll see if Shad C can bring home the win here for the team Broke Down Hustlers. All going through into the 96 laps, still with a, oh my, look at the lead of Flop Nothing, or of Shad C on Flop Nothing. Shad C is about to cross the line, and there it is. Shad C is up there. It is a full half lap lead. Flop Nothing falling behind, I believe, Ray, if we were not mistaken. It is Ray. So Ray trying to go through in second place now. Flop Nothing back into third by a significant amount. McDragon in fourth, and Mrs. Sky up in fifth. Kedwood up in 6th place, and Radioactive in 7th place as we go into the 96th lap. Shad C still ahead by a huge lead. And it looks like it's going to be Ray trying to hold second place, and now trying to get a good boost of speed as they go to the right-hand side. It looks like Ray's finally making their move, and then they've got it perfectly timed with just 4 laps left to go. Coming up behind, though, it's going to be Flop Nothing trying to retake second place. McDragon up in 4th place now. Ken1 up in 5th place. Mrs. Sky in 6th place, and it's going to be DJ Radioactive, Algren, and Shadow Under Fizz and Pin Scorpion all battling it out for 7th place right now. Not a lot of distance between all of these competitors. So Pin Scorpion finally making an appearance here in the top 10 just as we reach the final 3 laps. And it looks like Shad C's lead is still uncatchable. Shad C working their way through all of the other marbles. I don't even know how many marbles they've lapped at this point, and they're about to, oh, it's 2 laps on Mr. Valindris and Maelstromdal. So Shad C has more than twice lapped several marbles here as they cross the line into the 98th lap, and this looks like it's a runaway victory for Shad C, who just completely outperformed the competition, but it doesn't look like Ray is done yet. Trying to close the gap, but they might not have enough time to do it. Flop Nothing in third, still holding it for now, but DJ Radioactive once again using that fusion booster to just propel themselves forward as quickly as possible. McDragon trying to keep pace the old-fashioned way. Mrs. Sky on the out inside doing things their own way as we go through into the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Shad C coming around 99th lap as they go through to the in-hand side, and it looks like it's a little bit of a closed gap here between 1st and 2nd place, but it's still a big lead for Shad C, and they could probably take it all but comfortable here as they go to finish out this race. Ray up into the middle, trying to hold that 2nd place position. Flop Nothing and Mike Dragon battling it out for 3rd place. DJ Radioactive right behind in 5th place. Shouter Fizz and Ken1 up battling it out for 6th place. And the other marble still pushing through. And here comes Shad C moving around the outside line of the 99th lap, coming up into lap 100. And ladies and gentlemen, I think Shad C is about to do it. All the other marbles just hopelessly behind, just battling for position now as they go through into the second turn. And Shad C crossing the line into the 100th lap. And here we go. Shad C, the final lap. The competition not anywhere near what's happening here with Shad C. And Shad C, just one lone marble, doing it the old-fashioned way with just grease and know-how, is rocketing down the track as quickly as they can, almost performing at a consistent 30 seconds per lap. Shad C decimating the competition in the final 10th, and no one was prepared for it. No one saw it coming. They were all looking for the fancy gizmos and gadgets, all of the tricks and trades up the sleeves, but Shad C, just one marble, doing it the old-fashioned way, crossing the line with almost a half-lap lead. Shad C takes the victory for the Moustache 100 at 53 minutes. A beautiful performance. The other marbles are going to cross the line now as they go through. It's going to be Ray in second place. It's going to be McRagan in third, Pin Scorpion in fourth, Algren in fifth, DJ Radioactive in sixth, Deluxe Crawdad in seventh, Flop Nothing in eighth, Kenwood up in ninth, and Shadow Hunter Fizz, the spellcaster himself, finishing it out the top 10, and the other marbles crossing the line now just for their position.